It's the Bearded Movie Guy Top 7 Saturdays. Oh, this week, the Bearded Movie Guy looks at top 7 movies that were supposed to be awesome and look cool but sucked. Or were at least not as good as you were hoping for. That's a long title, so we'll just stick with what we have. Brought to you by the Bearded Movie Guy. Hi, the Bearded Movie Guy, and this week on Top 7 Saturdays, we're looking at top 7 movies that looked awesome but sucked. This was suggested to me by a viewer named Jonah Doom. I have a picture of her. Well, this is what I think she looks like. That's cool. Miss Doom, this is for you. Alright, so before I get into my full top 7, I have a couple honorable mentions. So these are movies you saw the trailer for, thought, that looks great, and then you saw the movie and were like, yeah, that wasn't great. Some of these may just be mediocre movies, some of these might be terrible movies. Some of these might be your favorite movies, who knows? So before I fully get into the 7, I have 2 honorable mentions. Movies that weren't necessarily terrible by any stretch, but just movies that let me down. Number 1, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Now, I like Secret Life of Walter Mitty, but when I heard about it and saw the first trailers, all I heard everyone talking about was Oscar buzz. Oscar buzz, Oscar buzz. And so, no, not that there's a guy named Oscar Buzz. He'd probably look like this. But, no, just that this movie was going to be so phenomenal. And it wasn't. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was entertaining. I was hoping for something awesome, and I got nice. My next honorable mention is a movie that, with the cast, you're like, this is gonna be epic. Matt Damon, George Clooney, John Goodman, Bill frickin' Murray. Monuments Men. This should have been a knock out of the park, home run, awesomeness fest, and it was kind of boring. No one had character development, they didn't use anyone right, and it was boring. Like, it had a few good moments, don't get me wrong, and I liked it. But for that cast, that should have been epic. Bill Murray in a war movie? I wish it would be so good, but I wasn't at all. Anyways, moving on. Number 7, The Fifth Estate. Fifth Estate is a 2013 movie, which is about WikiLeaks. This seemed like it was going to be just this tense, epic masterpiece of drama. It had Benedict Cumberbatch, Daniel Brühl, he's German, and it looked like it was about a serious subject matter. It should have been great. Instead, it came off as boring, and every time you thought it was about to turn a corner and become epic, it just kept on doing what it was doing. Not a terrible movie, but not one I ever need to see again. You let me down. You let me down hard, Sherlock. It's not your fault, really. It's more the scripting, but, you know. Never go blonde again, though, please. Just for the love of everyone, never go blonde. Number 6, Jonah Hex. Now, I love Jonah Hex from the comics. I love me some Jonah Hex from the Batman animated series and the Justice League. And when I found out they were making a movie, I was pretty hyped. And initially, 2 people that I love were going for this movie. Nathan Fillion really wanted to be Jonah Hex, which would have been awesome. And Thomas Jane wanted to be Jonah Hex so badly that he actually made his own picture of himself with a messed up face and sent it to Warner Brothers. That's dedication right there. But no, they went with Josh Brolin because Josh Brolin was kind of hot all of a sudden. And you know what? I'm kind of glad they did because this movie was freaking terrible. You have a cast that has Josh Brolin, good actor. John Malkovich, good actor. Michael Fassbender, insanely awesome actor. I just cracked my finger. And Megan Fox. Surprisingly, she acted okay in this. That's telling you something, I think. This movie was boring, and it actually changed Jonah Hex. Jonah Hex in the comics cannot touch people that are dead and talk to them. Never did it. I don't know where they got that, but it was a stupid thing they added in the last second, I guess, and overall, this just came off like a really bad version of another movie on this list. So we'll get to that later. Number 5, Killing Them Slowly. This movie was killing me slowly. Man, you talk about a movie with a hitman where it's Brad Pitt and James Gandolfini, and it was boring. Boring, I tell you. The only good part of this whole movie is the end speech by Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt gives this insanely awesome speech at the end to another character, and it's just like, that was awesome. I would watch that speech again on YouTube. Never the movie again. Number 4, Where the Wild Things Are. Okay, take a beloved children's story, turn into a movie. How many times has that been done? Lots. This time it didn't work. I read this book like a gazillion times as a kid. I had this book read to me. I don't know what they were thinking. They had, like, it looked great. Don't get me wrong. Like, the monsters looked awesome. But man, a 20-page book does not make a movie, and they really showed it in this one. Don't ever do that again. No. Yeah, don't. Number 3. The Counselor. Okay, you got Ridley Scott, Michael Fassbender, Penelope Cruz, Javier Bardem, Cameron Diaz, Brad Pitt. This should have been insanely awesome. That cast, no one did anything, and when they did do things, it was boring. Boring seems to be a repeated thing, but these are just... It was the biggest waste of a cast I've seen in years. And a director, Ridley Scott, man, like, Alien. Boring. Number 2, The Wild Wild West. Alright, the year was 1999. Will Smith was on top of the box office. Every July 2nd, he owned. It was his. And Wild Wild West was coming out. And from the trailers, it looked hysterically funny. It looked action-packed. And then we saw the movie. Now, I remember actually coming out of the movie going, that was good. And my wife was like, yeah, that was good. Her birthday's on that weekend, so we always go for dinner. We go see a Will Smith movie. Like, we'd done it the last couple of years, and it was like, yeah! I don't remember dinner being good that night either. The restaurant actually closed down shortly after that, too. Will Smith, what did you do? Yeah, Wild Wild West, we came out of it going, that was good. Yeah, liked it. And we both kind of looked at each other and were like convincing ourselves that it had to have been good because it was Will Smith. God bless the colonies! And the more we thought about it, the more it was like, yeah, it wasn't as good as we were hoping for. But that's okay, it was still good. And the more we think about it, the more you're like, oh, I got hosed. Oh, like hit me in the gut. It was like, oh, that was a bad Will Smith movie. Thank God he's never made another one. After Earth. Sorry, there's cough. Number 1. Okay, before I can get to where the number 1, there's one movie on this list I can't actually include. Why? I haven't seen it. Why haven't I seen it? Because it's an abomination that should never be seen by anyone. What I'm talking about is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is one of my favorite movies ever for Christmas. It's my favorite Christmas special. And then Jim Carrey and Ron Howard just took a big dump all over it. I saw about 25 minutes of the movie in various parts of the movie, not in one shot. And I hate everything about it. If I could burn every copy in the world, I would. I can't even... It's not on the list because I didn't see it. That's the only reason. Otherwise, it'd be number 1. Okay? Number 1! The Last Airbender. We have a family that's a friend of ours. They absolutely adore The Last Airbender show. And they despise this movie with as much as I hate the Grinch, they hate this. And rightly so. This is an awful movie. This was like the pinnacle of M. Night Shyamalan just going, everything's been downhill ever since. Like, it was kind of like this for a while. Like, he used to be way up here, and then it was like, down, up a little, down, up. Now it's all down. Last Airbender was an insult to the fans. It was an insult to movies in general, to directors, to viewers, to film, that actual stuff that they film stuff on, even if it was digitally made, it's to the computers that had to process it, it was an insult to them too. The Last Airbender is number 1, the movie that everyone thought was going to be great, but sucked. So, there's my list. I'm sure I missed a bunch. Tell me, maybe I'll make a second list. Send me in some ones. I'll, comment and let me know and I'll make a second list up of your guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay bearded, everyone. You're watching the Bearded Movie Guide, top 7 movies that were supposed to be awesome, but sucked. Yeah, Last Airbender. Oh man. Will Smith, Wild West. Oh yeah. I gotta stop. Let me know which movies you hated, because they sucked. And as always, your Tom Sefler.